Hello everybody, this is a bit of a surprise. Normally I upload a video at this point of the day, but today I'm going live, and the reason for that is I've not made a video, so I didn't want to let anybody down, so I thought, you know what, let's go and do a live. It's been a few years since I've done one, so this is totally out of the blue. I don't expect anybody to come online. There's nobody online yet I can see. Not that I can see anybody. I haven't used this software for ages. In fact, if you do come online, just say hello so I know you're there. But I expect to do this all on my own because, as I say, I've just sort of kicked up the software and decided to do a painting in Rebelle, and I'm going to talk about palettes, colour palettes. So let's get into it. Mustn't click the off button. Screen. There we go. So here we are in Rebelle. I'm doing a portrait style picture today. I'm going to load in my reference image. Let's see. Here we go. Up here. I think it's easy to open than try and drag and drop. I've got that many things open. I'm going to do something really different. I'm doing this boat scene from when we was in can't think of the place, Whitby, a couple of years ago before the lockdown. So this is what we're doing, and I'm going to use a colour palette. I never use colour palettes. I always just sort of dip into the paint, the colour wheel. I usually use the colour wheel, which is here, and I don't use colour sets as they're called in this case. And people say, why, you know, you can grab colours off this off your reference image using the colour picker there. I can pick a colour, or I can hold the Alt key. I think it's the Alt key. Yeah, to pick it. Let's go back to a brush. Yeah, hold the Alt key to pick a colour as well. So, but I can also grab a set of colours off the picture. But I find it, I always used to paint using colour sets, but these days I find it quite restricting. But I'm going to do it today, and I'm going to paint a complete picture for everybody. Oh, hello, Kerry. Good morning, Raymond. Nice to see you. And Jaravi, hello. I've got people online. Oh my god, I didn't expect to see anybody, so that's a bonus. So back to the thing. I'm going to create a color set. Usually the default setting is the color wheel, so I'm going to click on the color set, and I am going to pop open these three little lines that says open panel menu, and I'm going to create a color set from an image file down here, and I want 25 colors. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to choose my boat, and it will give it the name of the picture file. So if you name your picture file something appropriate, your palette will already be named, but mine isn't. So I'm going to right click on it, I guess, or double click, rename it. I'm just going to call it Seascape as a name for colour palettes for future reference. So once I select a palette from down here, the actual colours appear up here. So hi Guy, how you doing? Nice to see you. This is a impromptu video. Didn't plan this at all, but let's just see how it goes. I'm going to start. I've just selected the color palette by selecting the colors of the picture using the tool from the color set menu where it says create colors from image file. So I'm all set to go there. I want to use oil paints, and I'm thinking this one might be quite cool with some palette knife work in it. I don't know. So this is really winging it. There can't be any editing in this, can there? It's quite scary, really. Let's see. let's use this flat. You know what? I'm just going to go in. First of all, I'm going to get some colour on with a wash brush. Just some thin paint, just to ease me into it. I like to do this. And I'm going to use... I've got plenty of blues to go at, haven't I? Let's see, what's this one? This one might be all right. That's pretty bang on, isn't it? Just sort of knock that in quick. There we go. And pick this darker colour up for down here. There we go. Brownie colour. Too much. Just grey it back a bit. And just, I don't know, something like that. I've got green going off here. I'm determined, if I can, I'm using the square bracket keys to change the size of the brush. Notice I've got my keyboard right over to the right hand side because I'm left-handed, out of the way of my actual Cintiq. So there's that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to stay on this layer. Now let's try this flat knife. What colours do I want? Let's go for this sort of brown, this very end colour. Make the knife a bit thicker. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I like that. If I zoom in, what's it? It's still quite thin, look. I'll load it up. What do we get? Get this ridge on it. I quite like that as well. Now you see, I would at this point, I'd be twiddling with the colours a bit from the colour wheel, but I can't do that because I've got to stick within the palette. Those are the rules. Those are the rules I've set myself today. So might struggle a bit. I don't know. We'll see. I can put on really light pressure though, so that's cool. That's 2i, isn't it? I've got my boat 2i. So let's just how many undos have I got? Can I get back all that way? Is it gonna go? Is it gonna do it? Yeah, that's cool. One more, that's it. So I suppose I could pick the colours off the picture if I wanted as well, but I'm not going to. I'm definitely going to try and stick with working within with this palette. So why am I doing a live stream? Why didn't I make a video this week? Well, Special K and I, who's Kerry, has commented, we went to a family wedding. Lockdown's kind of over in the UK. We went to this wedding at the weekend, and to be honest, I had a little bit too much to drink, and I've been a bit under the weather, to be honest. A little bit under the weather, not at my best. So I've been sort of mopsing around, not doing much. And yesterday was the first day I felt all right since last Friday. And I'd got other things to do. I couldn't do a video yesterday, so I thought, oh, this will be the first time in 4 years I wouldn't have put a video out at least once a week. So I thought, no, I need to do something. So I thought the quickest way to do it would be to do a live. So I'm using some I've got some old screens that I can use if I need to nip out for a second or anything. Because I've done a few lives before, but not for a long time. So it's quite exciting, quite nerve-wracking at the same time. In case it goes well. Can you all hear me okay? Am I is the mic all right? I did a little test recording before I started, just to check in. It was okay then. So if there's any problems with the audio, just let me know. I can see the video and that looks okay. And the actual audio bar is looking good, so I think I'm all right. So I'm still using this square palette knife to do this boat. Picking these colours off the it's auto saving. Picking the colours off the colour wheel, which I find it's very strange at the minute. What I am allowed to do though, I'm allowed to pick colours off the canvas because they've come off the palette, so I can hold the Alt key down, select colour off there, just to sort of quickly jump between those colours. I think that's allowed. I don't see a problem with that. Go. Cool. Audio's good and everything. That's nice. Thanks. Thanks, Jules, for letting me know. That's cool. I've got no idea if there's one person, two person, three people on. I can see the chat, but that's all I can see. Oh no, we've got eight people on, and somebody's liked it. That's cool. Thanks for liking, because that's going to help me out and with the algorithms and make the video available for people to see after the event. Yeah, so I'm going for my typical impressionist style. It's not going to be a detailed painting by any stretch. Now, what I can do there, pick the Alt key, choose the background colour, just put stroke in that. I think that looks nice. Yeah. I'm now picking colours off the canvas. It seems to me to be a nice way of doing it, and putting in some sort of darker colours for this boat. I don't know how long I'm going to spend on this. Need some more blue. Let's go with this one just for now. That's cool. Yeah. Zooming, you can see this lovely thick effect that we're getting from this flat knife. Size a bit. I haven't got a bright yellow, so I'm going to try and sample colour from here. Can I get that kind of gold colour? Yeah, there it is. So to add that to my palette, I just click plus, and that now appears in the palette. So I've added a colour, and I'm not cheating because it's come off the painting, but it wasn't one of the original 25 colours, so I was able to tweak that a bit. I just need to zoom in a little bit. I'll zoom in a bit on this as well. We've got some red in there, haven't we? See, I haven't got a red either. Let's do that. Alt key, choose the colour, add it to the palette. So there we are. Now got that colour. I can use that as well. But the 25 colour idea, it's great to get you going, because it sort of gets your palette set up, and it would take quite a while to actually set up 25 colours. So this to me seems to be a nice way of doing it. I'm not going to put any of those cars in. That's not happening. See, now this should be sort of up there like that. I can use that nice gold colour I've got now for here. Just use the square brackets to shrink the brush size a bit. So now I've broken the ice and done a live, or I'm doing a live. I might do. It might be a nice idea to do some more where I can sort of get involved with chats with people online and talk over problems and things. Moving forward, could be something to think of. There we go. Tweaking the shape of this boat all the time. Probably not. Oh yeah, I can see. Let's just bring this down. I need to get the bigger picture. My canvas isn't as wide as that. I do that all the time, you know. I've got to come up here, you see. It's sort of right up there. This jetty. Like that. That's better. Oh. It's because I'm talking. I do find when I'm painting and I'm talking, I lose concentration. I'm not totally in the zone of the painting as I would be if I'm just, you know, painting for myself. Thinking what I could do with this too. I just want some sort of indication. Is that even on the palette? Of detail here and there, and some darks. It just popped in. It's not quite dark enough to go with else. This one better. Okay, let's do this building here. I think we're going with this colour. That might help me a little bit. I like the palette knife. I do like the palette knives, I have to say. Yeah, I do worry, Jules. I do worry about the talking bit, and sometimes I feel I should be talking all the time, and to the detriment of the painting sometimes. Yeah, so maybe I should sort of ease off a little bit. I don't mind when I'm sort of talking about the process, because that sort of keeps me focused on what, you know, what I'm doing. So that's all right. Oh, yeah. Nearly missed a bit of the painting completely. We've got this lighter building at the end. Now, the problem with that is that if I put a light building in there like this, your eye's going to be drawn to that straight away. So it's not cool. We don't want light areas there. So I'd be better using that colour and just, you know, change it out a bit just to knock that back. Oh. It's back to this roof. that sky a bit. So that can actually go a little bit more. I slipped a bit there. That's better. That's got those sort of position right. And we've got another little building going off here. A little bit lighter, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, facial like that. I'm just thinking my boat's not quite right, is it? It's not. I feel it should come along a little bit more. Let's just change it a little bit. This painting will definitely not be as bright as I normally paint, because I'm picking colours from this palette. So I usually like really vibrant colours, and just tempted whether to cut and move that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint it out, move it here a little bit. That's it. I'll tidy that up in a bit. Hi Monty, I didn't see your comment earlier. Nice to see you all the way from Australia. It's only 10:30 in the morning in the UK, so I don't expect to see many people from the UK up here. I guess they're all going to be at work. I think I need to get the masts in. I'm getting this sort of my effect of it's quite frustrating, really. When I shrink my canvas to that, it's got all these wavy lines floating all over it, and it's really off-putting. So I've got to zoom in a little bit. I don't know if that's because I'm using this palette knife or what it is. So what I would do if I was using a palette knife, I would use it like that and sort of put lines in, but I don't know how to make this straight. Don't know if there's a way of doing that. Don't think there is. Sort of angling the, you can see it sort of wavering all over the place. It's not holding steady. No. So I am going to have to, if I'm missing something and you know how to do this, let me know. That'd be cool. Oh, what's this recoil? What's that going to do? I'm going to, not really. No. Maybe a flat dry brush might. Is that just gonna? No, that's not happening. Okay, I'm gonna go back with this knife. I'm gonna make it small, and I'm going to shrink my canvas down a little bit. Think where this is going to go. Put this mast in. A little bit thick, perhaps that one. I'll change my colour as well. Let's go. I don't know what these colours are doing up here. These colours I've already selected from here. Go with that one. That's about right. Like that, and I think it's nicer to do sort of little short strokes, leave the gap and stuff. You don't need to paint the whole thing in. Let's put one in here. Just reading a few of these comments. Getting my quick fix of learning from Steve before I get started on my own day. All the way from sunny Manchester. It's not very sunny here. I was gonna hang the washing out earlier, but I've decided to put it on an airer instead. That's a bit thick. But hello, Graham. Good to see you here. There we go. Just trying to get them in. You notice I'm just a quick stroke, not fiddly, not kind of doing that and getting wavy lines, just knocking them in quick. I think is a better way of doing it. I can see the background's all wrong here. I need to sort of paint that down to there. And come across quite a lot there. I'm just wondering whether to make my sky a little bit more dramatic, maybe. I don't know. Might be an idea. But I can only use these colours. Choose this one. Is that the one I had? Just brush that in a bit and soften it. I've got a blender here, haven't I? I can use the paint and blend with a knife. It's another option. Oh, that's interesting. Pick the if you go off the canvas and come back onto it, it does some weird things before it put a white colour on. So I'm getting a bit of a vignette thing going off there. There we go. Look, that's sort of white. I don't dislike that, to be honest. A bit more pressure gives you more thicker lines. I like this commenting business where I can read the comments and then respond to them straight away, because usually it takes me ages. I read the comments and think, oh, I'll answer that later because I'm sort of busy or something, doing something, and then they pile up, and then it's sort of 4 or 5 videos later. I think I must get around to responding to all these comments, and I usually sort of spend a couple of hours at a time responding to people's comments. So it's nice that I can do it in real time. It makes a big change. There we go. So I like that sky. I'm looking at the picture and I can actually see it's darker down here, and I think we could go in with a bit of a purple. This purple. So now I'm taking, even though I'm using a color palette taken from the photo, I'm still taking liberties and adding my own little thing to it, which is quite nice. I think I might come in with this colour as well. I think that's what I was using up there. Yeah. I'm just going to try, just because I'm going to try another knife. So I'm just using the first knife, still got loads of paint on it. I just want to see what it does. I've got a decent green here. It's the nearest green we've got, really. Like that sort of soft blending in. Keep that, I think. Sort of destroyed my buildings, haven't I? Totally whacked them out. So I'm going to need to. I can't do it with this. This is. I've got to go back to the flat one to do this. That's it. There we go. I sort of tidied that one up. Now we got that going there. The sky. Yeah, that's looking better. I'm not too fussed about this particular building. It's not really floating my boat. That was bad, wasn't it? Sorry. So add a little bit of that. I've got to get this other masting yet. Let's look at that. Being new to digital painting, I've been experimenting with painting different skies on separate layers in Critter. That way I can switch them in, so see which one I like best. That's a good idea. That's from Graham. Good idea. Never tried that myself. Perhaps I ought to. It's definitely worth giving it a go. And then you could save the skies out and maybe use them for another painting, perhaps. I don't know. Just adding a little bit of colour in there, you know, just like not all the way down, just at the top, just to add a little bit of variety. Let's see, that's sort of going to go up to there. Got this platform thing going off. I'll worry about that in a bit. I just get the mass in first. There we go. It is interesting painting with a palette because you don't have to worry about colours at all. And I'm also sort of conscious that I'm trying to emulate the colours that are on the photo. I'm not even thinking about changing the colours up a bit other than the sky, I suppose. Did that a little bit. I'm not going to paint these in too neat. If you put them in really neat, they would look awful. They would look like you'd stuck them on. So I just like a little impression. Let's get some of this rigging in. Oh no, let's put this in first. So I don't know what you call it. I'm not a sailor, so I don't know about that. Got a few of those. Perspective's going to be a little bit trickier, perhaps. It kind of goes there. There. I'm looking at this line here, look, just to get that in. This needs to go a bit higher. That's it. I think that one's wrong. Let's just undo that. It just needs to be a bit there. That's better. Bit tricky, bit fiddly. That's it. Just a sweeping line, you know, nothing to, you know, you don't want to do them like this. That's not going to work for you. Just a quick dash. Right, now I'm going to make the brush thinner. I'm just going to stick with this palette knife. I like it, and I'm going to put in some rigging. But you know what? I'm not putting it all in. It comes from here, doesn't it? And it looks blue to me. Blue, not brown. It's better. Got some rigging in here. It'll be interesting to see how many views I get from a live. I mean, I don't get a lot of views anyway, do I? To be honest, I'm not up there with the big boys. There we go. It's a little bit across. There we go. That's not too bad. For an impressionist piece, you've got to remember this is impressionism. Let's pick this yellow colour up. I quite fancy using that a little bit. Just pop the odd streak of colour in. So you can still do it even with this limited palette. You can still get a bit of colour going off there. Graham, I use everything I do is at 300 dots per inch. Usually, if I'm working on Procreate, I'd be working on 300 dots per inch, 24 inches by 18 inches, something like that. Surprisingly enough, I have to work a little bit lower res on the PC, which, you know, I thought would be more powerful. But I tend to work at 300 dots per inch, but usually A3 size. What's that? That's 297 millimeters by 420 millimeters, I think. So yeah, but 300. You don't need to go to 600 really. The printers are only going to print at 300 most of the time. I don't know I don't know that much about printing, to be honest. I've worked in, although I was an apprentice compositor, typesetter back in the day. It's all very different then, all letterpress. Just putting some indications of these things, ropes and stuff. I just want an impression. I don't want to paint every single line going off there. Yeah, so there's no way I would go any greater than 300 dots per inch ever. And I've printed stuff 6 foot long by 4 foot deep. Depends what technology you're using. I was doing a sign, a pub sign, and this was like it was to be viewed close up, like as a painting inside a pub. In fact, there's a video on the channel about it, and that was printed out at 92 dots per inch, and you wouldn't have known. But it's a different technology because it was printed on vinyl. They've got software that kind of I don't know what it does, but it sort of enhances the 92 dots per inch thing, and it comes out really sharp, really sharp. You wouldn't believe it was 92 dots per inch. Right, a few lines in here. I'm working on this. I don't know what it is. Is it like the nets that catch the crabs in and stuff like that? I think. Don't know. Next week, by the way, there might not be a video because Special K and I are going to Weymouth for the week. So when I come back, I will have lots of material for painting. We're really excited because we've not been anywhere for 2 years, and I've painted all my source material over and over again till it's absolutely driving me crazy just looking at the same material, source photos and stuff. So I'm really excited to get away and then come back and start producing. I'm going to pick up this green colour. Let's add that to the set. I want to use that. And I think I need a darker colour as well. I need to get some of these shadows in. So the shadows makes all the difference, you know, all the time. All about shadows. Look at that, it just starts to make it pop. Maybe even a few lines in here. Obo, no, I've streamed before, but I haven't streamed for a couple of years. I used to stream every week, but I haven't made a video this week, and I didn't want to go a full week without putting anything up. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get the streaming gear out and do it, and I'm really enjoying it. Actually, it might be something that I do more regular. I really didn't think I was going to get anybody online because it's so early in the UK. Well, it's not early actually. It's 11:15 in the morning now, but most people will be at work, so it's sort of midday. And you know, I thought most people from, say, America would be asleep, perhaps. I don't know. Oops, wrong key. And so it's really nice that we've actually got people online watching. That's really cool. So I don't know how much detail to go in with that. I think we're all right. I'm just a bit worried about the perspective of the thing, maybe a little bit. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Jules. And yeah, it's good to be retired, isn't it? And be able to spend your days watching YouTube and painting and stuff like that. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. I don't have a regular job, so I'm really lucky that I can just spend my days painting. Just wanted to make that a little bit more irregular. It all seemed too tidy. It was all in a nice, neat line, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to be a bit messier. I'm liking this abstract impressionist feel. I've got way more water. Have I moved the reference image? I have. Look, I was just going to say I've got way more water going off, but I don't think I have. I just need to just do a little bit of tidying up, perhaps, and I think I'm nearly there. You know. Choose that colour. Just going back to paint instead of blend. go. I've got no idea what this looks like close up. Perhaps I should zoom in a little bit. I just love that. I love the messiness of it. I'm loving this thick paint in Rebelle. Look at that. That's really nice. Look at these strokes here. All done with a palette knife. Do I put that seagull in? Shall we give it a go? Let's see what we can do. And I have to say, I really didn't think I would stick to the palette. I thought I would be cheating and saying at some point, I'm just going to add this colour. I'm just going to add this colour. But I haven't. I've not done that, so that's really cool. Put a bit of shadow under it. My seagull's not quite at the end of the jetty like this one. I'll zoom out again, see what it looks like. I've got my seagull in. That's cool, like that. Just want the dark colour. Oh, you know what? That needs to be paint and blend, not just. I'm going to soften these up in a minute. Put that okay. I'm using the same brush. I'm going to make it really big, and I'm just going to blur those a bit. Almost take them out, just so that they're just a little indication. Probably made them too wiggly, really. Let's try again with a slightly light colour. That seems maybe too light, I don't know. That's better. I'm thinking I could go in, I don't know what colour that is. It's the same. Just put a little lighter colour on the water there. Just sort of blend that in a little bit. Just squiggles, look. Oh, caught that edge again. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature, to be honest. A bit weird. This wiggly knife might work better for this. Yeah. And then come back over it with a darker colour, which I've just sampled with the Alt key off the keyboard. Yeah, Obo, I would really recommend getting Rebelle. I think it's, for me, it's much better app than Artrage, and I'm actually an affiliate for Artrage. So if I sell Artrage on my website, I get, you know, a little bit of cash, but I don't promote it because I just think that Rebelle is a much better product. So, you know, that's saying something. Just sort of putting darker colours in it. I'm messing now, really. I'm messing. You know what? I think I'm going to call it a day. Oh, well, I've just seen something. I just want to Add a little bit of grunge. Just some different colours. I was going to call it a day and then I got sidetracked. I've got a question for everybody, and this is for if you watch the video later. If I did as well as now, I mean, you can respond now as well. If I do like regular lives, I would thinking of just doing it using one piece of software. So always use the same software. So if I'm doing lives, you know, I'll be using Rebelle and nothing else. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Just trying to get some idea of what people would think to that. Oh, I'm making a mess of this. Just when I thought I'd finished. Yeah, Corel Painter. You can. It's a one good thing to look out for is something called Humble Bundle, and I bought the last the 2020 version of Corel Painter for £20, and every now and again, and I bought Rebelle 3 for £20, but I've since upgraded through the Rebelle website because I like the software so much. I paid, you know, the proper upgrade price, but it still got me into it at a cheaper rate because then you can upgrade you know, at the cheaper rate. So Humble Bundle is something to look out for. Just messing with these posts a bit, and as if I could do much more with that. Squigglies. I think we're there, you know. I think we're there. I've just seen a bit of something, there I could pop in, I suppose. Yeah, I'm just fiddling, and if I do anything else, I think I'm going to mess it up, you know. So it's going to start getting sludgy and muddy. Notice, I'll just say quickly that notice how I haven't got this nice neat line now. I've got it all wavy, lots of furry edges and stuff blending in, no real sharp edges. If you start painting sharp edges, it starts to look like you've painted something on. The only thing I'm not really too happy with is the water, to be honest. I think I could have maybe done a little bit better job of that, but there we go. It's okay. Just got to sign it. Let's get it signed. I think I will go back to what we got. Have we got a rigger? Filbert, that might do. Tiny little filbert. Choose this pink colour and then sign it here. That's cool. There we go, all done. So paint palettes in Rebelle. I really enjoyed using them, actually. I want to thank everybody for coming online and joining me this morning and commenting and keeping me company. I've really enjoyed it, actually, and hopefully I'll be doing some more of these. And thank you all for joining me again. Hopefully I'll see you all soon, and don't forget, thumbs up helps out a lot. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing, because I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them all with you. So don't forget, everybody, stay safe, stay sane, and keep painting. Thanks again. Bye.